Who's your co-host?
It's Victory Monday, mother lickers.
Hey.
We brought out the puppies.
Rub that belly. Rub that belly for good luck.
He's a puppy.
Now feed him a dead rabbit.
What? Oh, sorry. Oh, baby. We here.
We steer you
In the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And all the people saying GPS. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
It is nice to be winners.
It's a happy day, Brandon. Both of us have not been happy at the same time a lot this season.
No.
So that's that. Hey, I think the Raiders have upgraded to average. I'm willing to make that call. I'm willing to pick up the phone and say they're average now. Okay.
Is this the only week where both of our teams have won? Because the Packers, you guys won. You beat the Rams, but the Broncos were on the bye that week.
You were on a bye.
God.
And we won week one. You didn't win week one because you lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, we lost to the Raiders week one.
This might be.
And if you think about it, this might be the first time in the history of Clickbait Sports where all 5 of our teams won.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait, no, the Steelers lost.
Oh, they did lose. Darn it. That game was so ugly. Both teams were losers and winners.
That's accurate. That's AFC North football, baby. Are the Broncos good? Well, Brandon's going to say yes.
Hey, good is a spectrum, and the Broncos are on that, okay? Good, being good as a football team, there is a lot of gray area there. And the Broncos are as gray as a tinted,
I think so,
sepia-toned photograph.
Kareem Jackson's going to be thrown in prison. It's true.
The league can.
I love how you just tweeted and you're like, snitch.
Yeah. Yeah, like, okay, Pro Football Focus. Why don't we dial it back a notch here? I went on a rant defending Kareem Jackson on the Broncos pod. Basically, I'll just reiterate that when he reached out to the league while suspended to see specifically what they wanted him to correct, they didn't answer his calls. And so he said, I'm just going to keep trying to lower my target and, play within what I think they want me to do. So there he goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot to break down today. Both our teams being victorious. We had another week of injuries, though it seems like some of the injuries aren't as significant, like Aaron Jones. Looks like it's not going to be long-term. Joey Bosa, it looks like it's not going to be long-term. Like, these are good things.
So Joey Bosa got decent news?
Yeah. They don't think it's going to be that serious, so that's good.
Yeah.
They think it might be a sprain. So that's good. But we'll talk about, like, the Chargers. We got to talk about the Packers now heading into Thanksgiving. The Broncos, longest win streak, right? In the NFL right now?
Who would have thought
Are you tied now? Well, you ended the Vikings because the Vikings had the longest win streak. So now you have the second longest?
No, we have the longest win streak in the league.
Damn.
It's official. 4 games in a row. The Eagles are on a 3-game heater. The Lions are 3 games. Cleveland, 3 games. No, sorry. Texans, 3. Wait, what is this? Is this? Yeah, Texans have 3.
Third.
3 in a row? Texans have 3 in a row? I'm looking at Tankathon, and it's a little hard because it's draft picks. But yeah, Broncos longest win streak at 4.
Hey, you know what, the Beast? He still does have a job, okay? So you don't have to ask that question anymore. Brandon Staley still has a job, okay?
Yeah.
Don't have to ask that question. That was a Brandon Staley joke, by the way, because he flipped out over a reporter.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
yes. Let's go, Ben.
As quickly as we want people fired, right? Coaches fired. It's not a great move unless you're the Raiders and it's Josh McDaniels, or you're the Jags and it's Urban Meyer, to just get rid of your guy midseason. So, and aren't the hiring things changing this at the end of the season, where coaches for playoff teams can't interview? So all teams are going to have to wait until after the playoffs to start. Is that
after
this
the
year?
divisional? I think
It's something, but be patient.
Luke, what up,
Happy
baby?
birthday, Luke!
Whoop. Happy freaking fracking birthday! Oh, baby, tonight.
Well, on my birthday, the Chiefs lost, so I think they're good at losing on people's birthdays. Luke, I hope you have the best birthday ever until tonight, when the Chiefs get crushed by the Eagles.
I've really enjoyed making love to your ears. I think that you have beautiful ears. They fit very nicely. So I would say it would be an erotic.
I'd say it'd be an erotic.
I miss that, man. I miss that, man. Appreciate you, Luke. Hope you have a fantastic day.
Yeah.
Hope you do. Well, all right, Brandon, do we want to just jump right into it?
You guys leave Kareem Jackson alone. Okay. Oh, his helmet kind of hit Josh Dobbs in the shoulder. Oh, throw him in jail forever. It's football.
Let's go, Robert.
You're supposed to fucking hit each other out there. Did anybody get hurt on the play? No. Was it malicious? No. So fucking let it go, guys. Let Kareem Jackson play football.
Oh, can't hold it back anymore.
That said, he'll probably be suspended again.
Like, after all that,
NFL will be like, you know what? If we're finding running backs for trying to break tackles, you got no chance, Kareem. Roger Goodell probably on his compound has just an never-ending hallway of jail cells, and that's where he keeps all suspended players. Probably tortures them too, from what I've heard. Per source. My source? Carissa Thompson. Nobody's safe on GPS Victory Monday.
That's true. Now we're
I've not been humbled in a long time.
No, we're going scorched, dude. I don't. It's gonna. I have no running backs, Lieutenant Dan. But if the Packers wind up beating the Lions on Thursday, we're back to insufferable time. Oh, baby, we're back. We're all the way back. But I do want to talk about a bunch of stuff. So both our teams won yesterday.
Yeah.
Not the cleanest of games in either one.
Broncos, Packers, they're not going to win any clean games this season.
No, it's the time for that is done.
Just embrace it. Embrace the suck.
It's over. Hey, happy almost birthday. Happy almost birthday. There's a lot that's going on. There's some concern for some teams, but I think we just need to stop for a moment and recognize, we've been talking about CJ Stroud a lot and how, he's been a front runner for MVP, but he didn't have a great day yesterday. And so it's time for CJ Stroud to move over because there is a new MVP front runner in the NFL. And that is Tommy DeVito. Because,
or as I am calling him, Tommy DeHero.
I wish you
Tommy DeHero.
See, you could just call me that, but you don't. You choose not to. And my name's Tom, so I got called Tommy during high school. So you could have just done that for me. I've been sitting here for a while.
Hey, this is my friend Tommy DeHero.
No, it doesn't work anymore now. No, it's because
you
now
can't
you just
ask to be called a hero.
No, I didn't. I'm saying you could have.
Kind of
could have said that, but instead you're talking. But Tommy DeVito, bippity boppity, 3 touchdowns yesterday, and they beat the Commanders. Which the Commanders had a no good, horrible day yesterday, almost as bad as Zach Wilson. in which not only did they lose, and this was after losing on a game-winning field goal last week to the Seahawks, but now not only did they lose, but then they couldn't even take a hot shower afterwards because they had no hot water.
It's almost like the Commanders trading away 2 edge rushers is screwing them.
I don't know how, Brandon.
It's almost like taking away 2 of the most important pieces on your defense is not helping the Commanders in the win-loss column. And kind of my favorite thing happening after a Commanders loss is Magic Johnson just going on Twitter to talk shit about his own team. He's the biggest troll of his own team. So, yeah. They're going to have a lot of change this offseason. I don't know if it is going to be Belichick coming in, but welcome to the great state of Colorado. Let's go. Hope you brought a kilo in here with you. Of love. A kilo of love.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the Commanders,
True.
I think they I think they got something with Sam Howell. They can build around him, but they dismantled. Now they're paying the price because Tommy DeVito killed them.
Yeah, the officiating wasn't much better yesterday. Even the Broncos game, it wasn't that great, but Jags game, there was roughing the passer. In the Seahawks game,
now
and it's also funny too because Witherspoon literally German suplexed a dude.
Yeah,
which there was 2 of yesterday, by the way. It was really good form though by Witherspoon. I have to say.
Now here's the caveat to what I said though, because Tommy DeVito beat him, right?
Yep.
And he was sacked 9 times in that game. He was sacked 9 times.
Yep.
So even without their 2 best edge rushers, they still sacked him 9 times.
Their O-line is that bad. It's that bad for the Giants. I always thought the Commanders was the worst in that division. It's not. It legit is the Giants. Their offensive line is atrocious. Atrocious. So, Giants get a win. Real bad for the Commanders. Giants aren't going anywhere with it. But I also like Brian Dable. They asked, did you see that post-game press conference question that kind of went viral? Where it was do you think he grew? And he's like, no, I think he's the same height.
Yeah, he pulled it was like a Mike McDaniel answer. And just like Mike McDaniel, it did not get the laugh it should have.
Yeah, it didn't.
Didn't get the laugh it should have.
I think it's more coaching. Yeah, no, I think it's coaching. I think Fields for the most part did a pretty darn good job.
Yeah, he had a solid game. I mean, threw a touchdown, rushed for over 100 yards.
Yeah, he was their leading rusher too. So I think that's which also again
rather hilarious watching David Montgomery beat his old team. That
was one of the things I got right for the pick'ems. That was the one thing I got from that one that I got right. So
nice.
I don't know, man.
That final drive, I think Montgomery had 3 or 4 touches and the touchdown on that final drive for the Lions.
You were talking about this last night. Are we concerned about the Detroit Lions? Or is this kind of divisional game where it's hey, they came back, they won, saw that moxie, the turnovers aren't going to be a normal thing?
Yeah, they got the win. Was not pretty. They came back. That's what good, to be a good football team, unless you're one of those teams where you just are scoring 30 plus points every week and your defense is really, really solid. You get early leads and you just cruise, which does not happen that often. Good football teams, they have to learn to win multiple ways. And the Lions have done that this season. A lot of games we saw them lose last year, they're winning this year. And sure, you have a game where your QB turns the ball over too much, you still got the win. You go toe-to-toe in a shootout, you get the win. It's just figuring out how to never count yourself out as a team. And I think that the Lions are doing that. They're flawed, but they're very good. They're 8-2. So,
well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team, just because I think when they go up against a team like the Eagles and 49ers, I still think there's a gap. Do I think they're going to be competitive? Absolutely. But I do think that they are missing that extra oomph. But again, that's not what this season's even for. this season heading into it, it was like, nope, the Lions are going to be front runners to win the division. Can they do it? And right now, they're doing it.
Yeah.
So, and they had the Vikings.
I don't think
yesterday,
any team's a Super Bowl team right now.
Just get to the postseason, baby. Just get to the postseason.
Sure, the 49ers look great this week, but are they going to win? Are they going to lose 3 in a row again? Eagles, Chiefs tonight. Maybe the winner there, you'll be like, that's a Super Bowl favorite.
Sure.
There's not a single team I'm like, damn, that's the team every single week. The Ravens almost get there.
Yeah, no, I agree. But so that's what you just get to the playoffs and like see where it goes from there. Because you never know. I mean, the Lions legit could have the number 1 seed based off their schedule. Like they don't.
The playoffs are going to be, I feel like,
Cowboys?
Unpredictable this season. But we'll see when we get there.
So I think the Lions will ultimately be okay. They got a Thursday game against the Packers. Thanksgiving, baby. Oof. Let's go.
There's 4 games this week. 3 Thanksgiving, 1 Friday. Gonna be wild.
Still got tonight, baby. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, Texans, like that's another team, right? So CJ Stroud did not have his best day yesterday. It was more the Texans defense stepped up. They got the win. And that's something that you also just want to see as a Texans fan because it's been about the Strouds, right? It's all been about CJ Stroud, like the reason why they're winning games, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And now you won in spite of him, which means like, oh, the team is like growing as well and evolving. And that, you gotta be super happy about that. Brandon's not happy about it.
No, I'm just going to see how long I could pause there before you said anything,
Oh, I'll stay silent the rest of the time. I'll pretend it's clickbait.
It's the Lions. I think their win is a little more like, okay, this team is got it together than the Texans, because we have to keep in mind the team that the Texans defeated was indeed the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
And after Kyler throws that beautiful touchdown pass, like he just hangs in the pocket, throws a incredible touchdown pass. Jonathan Gannon looks at him like he's the first coach who truly loves Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe Arizona's going to put it together. And then they just really didn't get it going after that. But, the Texans let him kind of hang in that game because of CJ's turnovers.
Yeah.
Which was the first time we've said that all season for the rookie.
Correct.
So the fact that it's week 11 and it's the first time we've talked about CJ Stroud having multiple interceptions, that's ultimately a good thing. What's the rest of the Texans' schedule? Let me look at that.
They got some divisional matchups coming up that are going to be very, very important. They got the Jaguars next. And then they got the Broncos.
That's right. Jags, Broncos, Jets, Titans, Browns, Titans.
True story, Kyle. True story.
That's a very winnable schedule for them. Jags will be tough. Broncos will be tough. Browns will be tough. But Titans twice, wins. Jets, that's a win.
Everything.
Man, if they beat the Jags, that's huge for them.
That would be a big, big step and really bad for the Jaguars. Because the Jaguars, they got a big win yesterday. Like, finally, that offense came alive, and it was against the Titans. But Trevor Lawrence finally played a really good game. And one of the biggest differences, like, the O-line actually blocked for him. So, and then look at that. Calvin Ridley got involved because Ridley's had, like, a really underwhelming season, especially after all the hype. He's kind of just not been targeted. And yesterday, 7 for 103 yards and 2 tutties. I'd say that's pretty solid. So when you have an offensive line, things work. And that's kind of nice. There you go. Texans Jaguars, baby. Texans Jaguars. It's gonna be a fun game though.
I'm waiting for a certain super chat to be shown.
Oh no. This one?
No.
Appreciate you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
Are you just gonna wait for me to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it this one?
No, but that's true, Lord Taco.
No, it's not. Lord Taco.
Taco Monday, Lord Taco. We are the best team. I put them at 1 and 2 in the power rankings, and I am never wrong. Not that one either.
That is true. Yeah, they're close. They're close. Brent, I love how we're holding up the whole show because you saw a super chat.
You'll know when you get there.
Is it this one?
Nope.
Give me the potatoes, baby. Give me the mashed potatoes.
Stuffing. Give me the stuffing.
Something to do.
Gobble, gobble. We're almost there.
That's fair. That's fair. Ever lose. It's like Eberflus, but not. This one?
Boom.
Oh,
El Gaucho.
Here we go.
Look how spoiled Chiefs fans are, Tom. Look how spoiled Kansas City Chiefs fans are.
Why'd you do this?
If everybody doesn't bow down and call them the clear-cut best team on earth, they lose their shit, Tom. They lose their minds. God forbid we say their offense isn't playing up to it what we've normally seen. Their defense is great. Maybe top 3 defense in the league. They're winning games because of their defense. Chiefs fans are like, that's not enough. That's not enough. Get down and kiss our butts. Sorry, Kansas City. Yes, you're one of the best teams in the league. But you've lost 2 games, one to the Broncos. Your offense has a wide receiver problem. Those are all fair critiques. Sorry, I'm not going to say you're the best team on earth. Because you're not. You're in a tie, possibly, for the best teams.
Watch them win like 42-3 tonight. And then it's going to be like,
well,
crap.
then I'll say, look, Chiefs are back. Chiefs are back.
They are all the way back. It's true, Matron. It's true. One team I do want to talk about, because we mentioned Tommy DeVito, and this is a real stat. Tommy DeVito now has more career games with multiple touchdown passes thrown than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Tommy DeVito is becoming like the
good.
He's going to become the quarterback used as the metric to show that your quarterback sucks. Because he also has the same amount of passing touchdowns as Zach Wilson this season. That's New York City right there, man. Right there. It's going to be like, how does our quarterback stack up to Tommy DeVito? Are his stats worse than his? Oh, shit. Our quarterback sucks. What do we do, Tom? Mac Jones. Like, somebody got to find a Mac Jones, Tommy DeVito stat for me.
Oh,
please.
my God. What, you lost 2 more, Perna, yesterday?
Dude. I didn't get a single one right from the Broncos game. I literally got all 5 of my pick'ems wrong.
Thank God. Thank God.
All of them.
So are you
Tommy
0 44?
And you know who I've gotten right on my pick'ems is Tommy Gabagool. I've picked DeVito, I think, 2 or 3 pick'ems, and he's hit every single time for me. And I've taken higher on him because I was like, man, that's really low, even for Tommy DeVito.
I can't.
I'll connect it. Let's just go right into Underdog. Everybody likes my pain.
But what is it? Is it 0 43, 0 44?
Something like that, man.
Well, I can't.
Results. Pick'ems. Bam. Here we go. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree. The Eagles are getting overlooked. After all that, Perna goes, yep, completely agree.
Dude, the Eagles, more people should be talking about the Eagles, in my opinion. Oh, boy.
I can't.
There we go.
I can't. That's what I think a good clickbait punishment really should be. It's Perna. He has to turn monetization off so he doesn't get, flagged for it. But just like Tree had to listen to Antonio Brown, it just has to wear the Chiefs belt and listen through an entire album of Taylor Swift for a stream.
That would not be fun.
I think that would be great. That would be great. Good time.
So
right.
here's what my problem with doing pick'ems is. I'm like, you know what?
It's true. It's true.
This should be kind of a close, ugly defensive game. Vikings defense is good. Broncos defense been forcing turnovers. But since I think that, the opposite's going to happen. So I second guess what my brain is telling me. So I'm like, okay, if the opposite's going to happen, then I just got to go higher, 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 higher. And now they're educated hires. Like Javonte Williams had like 20 plus carries last week. So I'm like,
There's
you know
no
what?
science.
Maybe that's a nice play. Jordan Addison, he's been a problem. Higher on Jordan Addison. Russell Wilson's fantasy points low. I think he's going to hit higher. Madison, 8.5. Broncos defense gives up a lot of rushing yards. They gave up 175 rushing yards in this game. Somehow Madison does not go higher on points there.
Nope.
Josh Dobbs, 17.94 points. I go, that's a little bit high for Dobbs, but what does he do? He rushes for a touchdown every week. Broncos give up those rushing yards, and he was an issue. But, man, wrong again. So if you faded me on these picks, just every single one, you're a
Johnny
winner.
was right.
I should have.
Won.
I'm not, but look, I'm not going to take other people's advice. I'm going to keep this losing streak alive.
You keep asking me for advice.
Yeah, and you took too long on Friday, so I said...
We're telling you, go
bam.
get Jess.
Well, we're going to do it this week for a Jess Brain episode / our Thanksgiving picks.
Here's a disclaimer, by the way. Here's a
Disclaim. Use our code GPS if you want to play at Underdog. It's not just pick'ems. They've got fantasy games. You can do a different fantasy tournament. You can join best ball tournaments every week. You just use our code. They'll match that first deposit up to $100. And they got Thanksgiving fantasy games to play in. Tom, the turkey. They got the turkey. $5 entry, $3 entry for the tiny turkey, the cranberry sauce, the stuffing, first and 10, the pick six. There's so many different games.
I'll write your name.
The fullback dive. Oh, I know it's not, but if that were just a fantasy tournament where you could only pick fullbacks, that would be amazing.
Someone's going to win with 3 fantasy points.
That's right. Pick your fullback. Pick your fullback.
Tommy DeVito, 1 away from tying Mac in 2023.
There you go, the Tommy DeVito stats.
Let's go, DeVito.
Love it.
That's too much work.
Yeah,
See, the stream is easy. He just has to sit there and suffer. So,
Tommy the hero.
It's true. Anyway, speaking of
I appreciate you, Chiefs fans. You know it.
Let's talk about the Steelers-Browns game. We're going to talk about the most AFC North game in the history of AFC North games. Like, it's just, so I'm going to, on Friday, after GPS, I told you I wanted to do a skit, right? I wrote out a whole script, 3 pages, bam, 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 got a skit together. And it was basically about how the AFC North just like kills each other every single time they play. And they were going to pull out weapons, and the Steelers fan was going to feel like a little inadequate about his weapon. It was only a tire iron. I had a battle axe ready. And I write this entire thing. I'm like, all right, this is pretty solid. And then Joe Burrow's out for the season. Yeah. So I go, nope. And I crumpled it up and I put it out. But it's still valid. It is still valid. And I feel like before we even get to the Steelers, because we didn't get to talk about that, because we haven't been live for GPS since Joe Burrow was announced that he's out for the season.
Yeah, because we weren't sure if it was, they said initially it might be a hand sprain, right? Yep. And then he tore the ligament in his hand. So, yeah, that happened later that day. So he's done.
I mean, like, dude, that's just woof. Like, I feel so bad for Bengals fans, but legitimately, like, I'm sad because it makes the playoffs worse. Like, that's why. Because I was like, if they wind up, like, making the playoffs and Joe Burrow, like, is going to go against Mahomes again, it makes it worse. And that's just sad. And that sucks.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like the NFL takes a hit when a guy like Joe Burrow is not playing. It's, it's pretty simple.
It's too.
But Bengals fans, talking about the playoffs, you want to root for another orange team.
You missed it.
Whose name starts with a B. Get on that Broncos bandwagon. We'll beat the Chiefs for you, Cincy. We already beat the Bills and the Chiefs. We're basically the new Bengals. The Broncos are the new Bengals. The Bengals were the only teams that could beat the Bills and the Chiefs.
They don't know, by the way. And it's this week because, I mean, it's in a couple of days. So they don't know about Geno. It's his elbow, but, like, he came back in for that final drive, which is good.
Yeah. I think I heard this morning it's like it's a bruise, some sort of bruise. I don't know the extent of that.
Yes.
Do the Seahawks play Thursday?
Yeah, they play Thanksgiving. They play on Thursday night.
Okay. Yeah, that's quick. That's a quick turnaround.
Hey, Mark Andrews, bro. Mark Andrews. Nobody likes injuries. Nobody likes injuries.
I do like for the Seattle Seahawks that per the Russell Wilson trade, they got Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Who in a close division game came in and immediately threw an interception that basically cost him the game.
But like, I'm sorry.
Broncos are starting to win the trade, guys.
I was gonna do this
winning the trade.
We were gonna talk about Browns Steelers, but bro, I know that there's people going after Geno again, right? I know there's that, but I think that loss yesterday, the refs were bad. But I gotta say, why are you not running the football? Like in that second half, they're barely running the ball. I know Kenneth Walker got hurt, but my dude, what are we doing there?
Have a glass of Chardonnay and just get white girl wasted, Seattle.
So yeah, I don't just understand the play calling because that definitely did not help. It definitely did not help in that game.
Oh, a Pete Carroll team? You're questioning play calling? Never heard of that before.
This is Brandon on Victory Monday. He's like, and the Seahawks lost. This is a great day. He just needs the Chiefs to lose.
Until basically the last 2 weeks, not a single day in my life, Tom, not a single day in my life did I not see your Russell Wilson take aged like milk. Every fucking day of my life, at least one Seahawks fan telling me how stupid my team was. I ignore it, but do I see it every day? Sure. Sure I did, Seattle. And I was nice to Geno Smith. I rooted for Geno Smith the whole time he was making the trade look bad because I like Geno. And you got Drew locked, Seattle. You got locked out. And I'm not even rooting against Drew Lock. I liked Drew Lock. He got Pat Shermer. Boy, did he get Shermer.
Alex Benny!
Bam!
Look at that. Bam! I got you. Perno, you should have copied their picks. Congrats, Alex.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
We ride and we die together!
Together! Hell yeah. But, like, it doesn't make sense to me because Drew Lock obviously was not playing well. So then you at least run the ball to take some time off the clock. Like, he came in and threw, like, 3 straight passes. Like, I don't get the play call there. It doesn't make sense to me.
If your quarterback is nicknamed Horsecock Lock, you don't run the ball. You let that guy grip it and rip it.
Yeah, they're starting Desmond Ridder again. Yeah, I saw that. I don't...
Falcons are the most talented team that just needs a good quarterback.
But for the Seahawks, though, like, there is concern. Of course, like, Kenneth Walker was out. Geno Smith got banged up. But I said, the game-winning field goal against the Commanders was good, but it's still, like, shaky. But ever since that Ravens game, like, that offense has not looked the same.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're just seeing the limitations, I think, of who Geno Smith is as a quarterback. And he plays safe, smart football. It's the same, like Geno Smith and Russell Wilson, they're both playing safe, smart football, trying to not put their team in harm's way. And their games, they're going to stay close. And I think if Geno doesn't get hurt in that game, Seattle wins, right?
Yeah.
But are the Seahawks just a game back from the 49ers now?
They're close. Hold on, I'll do.
What is the NFC West?
It is. They're 7-3, and the Seahawks are 6-4, and they play each other on Thanksgiving.
So they're still in it. There's still time for Seattle to get going and sneak into the postseason. But
sure, their offense needs to look better though. Their O-line is also not. They got injuries, No, I'm streaming the Packers-Lions game, and then I'm streaming the night game. I'm not streaming Commanders-Cowboys. So 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. That is accurate. All right, can we get back to the Browns-Steelers? Oh, I do want to talk about Browns-Steelers.
This is a tragedy right here. This is, for writing winners and losers. I was like, I agree. Why would Matt Canada?
He had over 125 yards.
I know. I was like, let's make sure Najee Harris finishes the day with more carries. as he's averaging 2.9 yards per carry. What's helping our young quarterback? Jalen Warren. 9 carries. There you go.
No, don't do that. I had there was skulls at Lambeau, and it was the worst thing ever. Again, that's 100% on coaching. Locke is bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's bad. But dude, like, you're not running the ball to like kill time when you know that your QB is struggling. Like, that's an active coaching decision to see that Drew Lock is not playing well, and then going, yeah, we're just gonna have him throw more. It just doesn't make sense at all. So I think that it's a bit of a mix. And Seahawks, you got some problems today. But anyway, for the Browns, DTR like didn't look god awful. Like that's good.
He looked like a rookie, mid-round, late-round pick. But when the game was on the line, when the Browns needed a drive, he got it for him. Like, that is, you can't understate that. And the Browns defense is insane. Also, DTR, he's played 2 very, very tough defenses in his 2 starts. So now he goes against the Broncos defense, which is not as complete as the defenses he's just faced, but they're opportunistic. So, I feel like he'll have a better day passing. His yards, his stats will look better, but there might be more turnovers. And hopefully, the Broncos get the win. But the Browns are they're a disgusting team. That's the best way to put it. Like, their defense, nobody wants to play their defense. Nobody's really scared of their offense. And every game is going to be close, and they're going to be in the playoffs. And nobody wants to watch the Cleveland Browns, except Browns fans. And even Browns fans are like, just get us to the 4th quarter, please. Can we go to the 4th quarter?
Yeah.
And I mean, Myles Garrett probably should have been credited with the safety in that game, but I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the Broncos playing Cleveland this week.
No, that's going to be oh my God, dude, that's going to be a horrible game.
Like,
that is going to be an ugly, ugly game.
It's just going to be just a disgusting amount of orange, first of all. Like, 2 contrasting oranges smashed together in a bukkake of pain. I do not want to watch this game. But as long as Courtland Sutton is available in the 4th quarter, I like the Broncos' chances.
Yeah. So I think for the Steelers, and that was the comment that was just there, it's just, again, you're going up against a tough division opponent, great defense. But I feel like the conversation is starting to get a little bit closer. Because you could look at Matt Canada, right? You talk about Jalen Warren and the day that he was having. Why is he not getting the ball more? I don't understand. But it's like, Kenny is like, there is a lot to be desired. And I respect the hell out of Mike Tomlin for being like, hey, you know what? He's great in 4th quarter. Like, they have done a lot to get some wins. But there has to be some concern now about Kenny Pickett. Because, again, if you get rid of Canada, that's going to be the last excuse. And now it's going to be like, okay, well, now you need to go and, like, show. I don't know, man. Like, I think there's some hesitation there.
Yeah, sure.
So, but hey, that is true. That is very, very true. Browns got Joe Flacco now. Practice squad, baby.
I'm going to warn Cleveland, okay? If you're getting into the let's sign Joe Flacco stages of life,
it's bad.
Didn't work for the Broncos. Didn't work for the Jets. It's usually, if you're signing Joe Flacco, to sign your season's over, guys.
It was honestly hysterical. Myles Garrett picks it up and everyone's like, whoa. He picks up the
that was hilarious.
That was one of the best things. Absolutely, Stern.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like just going into the playoffs, dude. They're going to be the one team that nobody wants to play and nobody wants to watch either. Yeah. Because it's going to be a rough game. And again, if that's what's frustrating for the Browns too, is because even if they had Chubb, they're a much better team, right? But now they're down Chubb, and they don't really have like that starting caliber QB.
If they had Dobbs, they would be good.
Yeah.
The Browns would be good if they had Desmond Ridder. And I think Desmond Ridder is the problem for the Falcons.
Very true.
But like that's how insane the Browns defense is. So
very true.
Which quarterbacks couldn't work with the Browns? Zach Wilson probably couldn't do it. If they had Mac Jones, the Browns would be in a better spot. Mac Jones would be thriving in Cleveland.
Cheers. We didn't have to watch Mac Jones this week, so that was kind of nice.
We got a McCorkle break.
Let's go, baby. Dolphins-Raiders. I want to talk about it because Dolphins, first of all, that was, you and I both expected the Dolphins to blow them out of the water.
Thought there was a chance, yeah.
That did not happen. And I gotta shout out the Raiders defense. They've been a lot better these past few weeks. They have. I know you don't want to give them that credit, Perna. The defense has been better, though. The defense has definitely been better. And so their offense is god-awful. Their offense is rough right now. But their defense is not the reason why they're losing games. Or they lost this past Sunday.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think their defense played well against the Dolphins. I am not going to go, you know what? The Raiders versus the Giants or versus the Jets has a lot of merit in terms of how good their defense is. But yeah, since McDaniels has left, the team as a whole has been better.
Mm-hmm.
This game, you know, they go to Aiden O'Connell, and he's the starter for the rest of the season. And he had 3 interceptions in the second half of this game. So he kind of cost him this game. Jalen Ramsey he played out of he had both of Ramsey's picks in that game were really, really impressive. So if you want to credit the Raiders defense, I'm not gonna argue with that. I think compared to what we've seen with the Raiders defense, it's a lot better. Let's also credit that Dolphins defense. Because, yes, their offense was not tearing it up. But Ramsey back in he's been there 3 games. He has 3 picks. 1 sealed the game. The other was just a read on the ball that was crazy. Mm-hmm. So I think maybe the Dolphins defense also getting overlooked a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they shut down the Chiefs like we were talking about, right? So, like, that was impressive. So,
and the Dolphins are, I think, in this weird spot where because of what they did to the Broncos, we have this expectation that they're supposed to do that every week. So anytime they're not like scoring 30 or 40 points, it's like, what the hell's wrong with the Dolphins offense?
Listen, real quick. I'm going to do it to you, Perna. I'm going to do it to you. Raiders have a top 15 defense in points allowed per game. They're at 13th right now. In terms of their rushing defense, that's where it's down real bad. That one's not too good. They are, by the way, the Broncos, they have the worst rushing defense right now.
Yeah.
They have the worst.
Now, they gave up 175 last night, and again, we gave up 300 plus yards to the Dolphins. But yeah, their rush defense is a concern.
Yeah,
I agree.
The Raiders are 27th, but their passing defense is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th. So, like, they're top 15 in points per game allowed and also in passing. Like, they are getting better. I know you're talking about the quality of their opponents, but, like, to do that to the Dolphins offense, like, that's impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Montreal. I mean, we'll see. We'll see where they end up at the end of the season. For the Raiders, to me, it's mostly like, what are they going to do this offseason?
That, dude, like, there's all that rumors about Devontae. Like, the Jets are going to go after Devontae again. And if they want to, like, sell the farm, because if the Jets are desperate, like, let's just say Aaron Rodgers comes back, which, by the way, he's talking about potentially coming back to practice December 2nd, which is insanity. If Rodgers comes back, and let's just say they make the postseason and they lose, like, a wild card, or even better, they lose in the divisional round, right? So, like, they win a playoff game. the desperation that's going to be there next season is to upgrade the offensive line and potentially go out and get a Devontae Adams. Now, they'll probably go after David Bakhtiari if he's healthy, which is a big if, and then they'll probably go after Devontae. It's just going to be like, all right, how much are you willing to give? Like, how much are the Jets willing to go into debt, essentially, when it comes to, like, their draft picks, whether it's salary cap, all that stuff, to try and open that window to the Super Bowl? I think they're going to be pretty desperate because of what we saw, like, yesterday. Like, we were joking about it on stream, dude. Zach Wilson had one of the worst days, just objectively, as a quarterback. Like, the play was awful. And I'm not even just talking about that. Everything went wrong. And even the announcers are making fun of him. He's like jogging backwards and he slips and falls, and they're like doing a replay. They're like, look at Zach Wilson here. Let's pull that up again and watch this guy fall on his ass. Then he's getting knocked in and tackling Robert Saleh. Like, it was so bad. And when Tommy DeVito is like decisively outperforming you in the same state, like, it's a rough time. It's a rough time. I'm sorry, BQ. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I mean, he completed 7 passes for 81 yards. What's killing the Jets, too, it's like Breece Hall just had 23 rushing yards in that game.
Yep.
And,
he's not going.
Josh Allen was dealing. He had one just absolutely ridiculous throw to Khalil Shakir. And Buffalo needed this win. Like, Buffalo was desperate a week ago. So the Jets ran into a Bills team that was rabid after already being desperate. And so it's just it was a horrible week for the Jets.
I think
they are just waiting. They're waiting for Rodgers, hoping they don't lose more games.
I think it's very likely they go 0-4, but I think they're going to win a game. Like, the Seahawks' next schedule, 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles.
Jets play the Dolphins next, too. So
stretch. Yeah, Friday, baby. Friday.
That's not good.
Nope.
And they got the Falcons.
Appreciate you, Alex.
Then the Texans. Then the Dolphins. If they lose, then, like, a few of these games, Rodgers not coming back. It's that simple.
Yeah. And again, like, you have to be also terrified, dude. Like, what Stern's talking about, behind that O-line, you got to be terrified. Terrified.
That's the thing with Rodgers, right? Like, there was a report that he sent the Jets tape of his workouts, and they're like blown away by his progress. And that's all great. And I know it's like a new surgery that they did for his Achilles repair. But like, all of that stuff, the reason those timetables for return are so long is because your body has to heal in a way where those ligaments and tendons attach and bond to the spots that they're supposed to bond to in your body. So even if like the rehab's going well, like, I don't know how strong that makes his Achilles. How well is it going to hold up when he needs to plant and cut on it? As we saw with Kirk Cousins, he's just making a football move and that shit pops. So one, the Jets have to be in a position where they can get into the playoffs, and I don't think they are anymore. I know their defense is going to keep some of their games close, but they were willing to go down with Zach Wilson. The ship was sinking, and instead of doing something, Robert Saleh decided to stick with Zach Wilson, and now they're paying the price.
Yeah.
They could have had Joe Flacco again. They could have had Flacco back.
Yeah. No, well, I want to talk about Jordan Love, but real quick, because about the Bills, like, Josh Allen, like, this is the game he needed to have. You know, they looked better. You know, and again, it is against the Jets, right? Their offense isn't good, but like, bro, like, they needed this win. So Bills, just build on it. Just build on it. And with Joe Burrow being out, like, I saw this, like, Bills fans saying, like, oh, well, Burrow out, like, you know, that's gonna, and Deshaun Watson, like, that might help, like, be able to sneak into the postseason. Like, you guys gotta stop beating yourselves first. And then we can start looking ahead. So, big win for the Bills, just for, like, internally. So, and shout out to Rasul Douglas, who absolutely crushed it yesterday for the Bills. You're welcome. You are welcome.
Yeah.
I want to talk about my Packers.
Go for it.
Because, oh, baby. I don't want to talk about the defense. The defense, It's they weren't awful, which is good, but I gotta be very very clear. The Packers also were bailed out by some fumbles, crucial drops by Keenan Allen, Parham, Quentin Johnston, even on that final drive. There was something that was posted on Twitter that made me audibly cackle and laugh out loud when I saw it, and it doesn't happen very often. I was scrolling, so Quentin Johnston legit just dropped that pass. It was like right down the right sideline, and that would have put him in a field goal. And hit him right in the hand. Like, I think Valentine was tracking him, and he was pretty far behind him. Like, it was a catch that he 1,000,000% needed to make. And the big story about Quentin Johnston after the draft was that he called his mom and said that she can quit her job because he's a first-round draft pick and all that. And someone went back to that and quote tweeted it and said she better start reapplying now after he dropped that ball. And I was like, for them to go back and find that from April.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, Chargers fans were pissed yesterday. And I know about Brandon Staley. You got to be pissed about that. I get it. But dude, like, they got to catch the ball. Like, that is just the God's honest truth. Yeah. There is a Dying Inside Bolt shirt. There is. Yes.
When I saw that the Packers defense needed to get a stop to win the game, I got worried. But I also said they need a stop against the Chargers. So I'm actually not worried. It was like the two weaknesses of your teams. Chargers late in games, Packers defense. And you guys won. A drop pass. Herbert, was it the fourth down throw that just got batted down at the line?
Yeah,
Herbert's
Kenny
throw?
Clark just
Bam. Yeah, like that's a clutch play. So yeah, I was both worried and very optimistic for you in the same breath.
It was funny because Chargers fans were like, don't worry, we're going to blow it at the end. And Packers fans were like, have you seen how we've ended games this season? Like, it was a matter of who didn't want to win. But, dude, Jordan Love.
That was his best game, huh?
He missed two throws. There was one deep shot. Then there was one in Musgrave. He just missed. But the throws that he made, again, the flashes are there. 27 for 40, 322 yards, 2 touchdowns. The first time in like 2 years that a Packers QB has thrown for over 300 yards. Take that. We rock with that. Last time was Rodgers against the Bears. So that was pretty damn awesome. And like the best part about it is that with like Jones going down, and thankfully it looks like he's going to be okay. You know, they didn't really have a run game again because Dylan struggled in the run game. Jaden Reed was our number one rusher. But every single one of the young wide receivers had a big play. Wicks was our leading receiver. Christian Watson had a touchdown. Jaden Reed on the ground was our leading rusher and also had a touchdown. Right? That's what you want to see because it's a really young group of wide receivers. They haven't been on the same page. They all contributed, and Jordan Love played well in mistake-free football. We rocking, baby.
Yeah, that last touchdown to Romeo Dobbs. That's like my throw of the week for the winners and losers. Like, that's just that's a big time QB throw, a big time catch, you know, and that's for Packers fans. That's really kind of what you're hoping to see are enough flashes that give you confidence going into next year.
Yeah, and Runyon. Bless you. Runyon does need to go. Satan. Yes, I completely agree. But yeah, no, like it was really cool to see because again, like the way that I'm looking at this season now is like listen, it's very funny and like, oh man, that's cool. Of course, I can get a little excited that they're close to like contending in the postseason. But just from a perspective of you want to see that progress, I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy with that. Because for Love too, it seems like a lot of games were ending with him driving down the field and then throwing an interception, and then that's how the game ended. Because that happened multiple times. And especially on a day where Carlson missed an extra point, which was a difference maker, when he missed a field goal, which was a difference maker. Like, this was kind of a, hey, got that game-winning drive, you know, needed that one, and now let's see what happens on Thursday. So, that's it. That's it.
Big step forward.
Yeah, that was also the thing, too. They could have iced it. Also, after that fumble, I mean, LaFleur even came out and said that they wish that they iced it there, but yeah, it's, I'm still happy. I think like you get that little bit of, okay, that's what they see in him. Maybe this could be something. Maybe. Real quick, Cowboys-Panthers. Did you watch any of that game?
A little bit.
It was a close game for a while, and then
That's what I
there you
think.
go.
It was like 17-3 early.
It wasn't too far away, and then
And I tweeted, "Hey, the Panthers are playing better than I thought they would."
yeah, it was 17-3, and then it got to 17-10, and then they just shut them out in the fourth quarter. So Cowboys done good playing the Commanders on Thursday. Should be a winnable game. They got their real schedule coming up sometime soon. We'll kind of see how that goes.
Dallas.
But, yeah, they're gonna be playing the Eagles. They're gonna be playing the Lions. It's coming. Coming.
Just beat the Commanders. You get 10-day rest, and then they're good though. Like the Cowboys are a good team. Yeah. How good are they? We'll know when they play more talented opponents, but they're a good football team. Dak's played well. Deron Bland's just insane.
Gotcha.
So
4. Bryce Young also got sacked 7 times. Sometimes. There.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't get them right. I can't pick a Steelers game right. So I could send them to the Super Bowl. I could. I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, they could. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of the guys that they had.
Just draft a guy.
No, I mean we're talking about for Thursday, dude. Because Emmanuel Wilson's out and Aaron Jones are likely going to be out. So you have one running back right now. Yeah, I don't even know who they wind up going after because they released James Robinson also. Patrick Taylor signed with a different team. So I don't even know what running backs they potentially bring in. I mean, to be fair, they could just give it to Jaden Reed. Like, do end arounds. I mean, they worked. Do end arounds with Christian Watson and Jaden Reed and just try to get through a game. Then you have 10 episodes and that's it. Hey, 235 episodes. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Wow. Owen Wilson. Wow.
That's beautiful. All right. Perna, I think, because we talked about the majority of the games, right? I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about tonight.
Eagles, Chiefs, the showdown of the century.
Oh, real quick. So sorry. San Francisco absolutely beat the crap out of the Buccaneers. Brock Purdy looked like a god.
Yeah.
Also
perfect passer rating.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
He's back.
He was good.
I am very, 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 very excited for this game. You still rocking with the Eagles on Monday?
Yeah. I like the Eagles. I think it's going to be close. I'm not saying it's a blowout, Chiefs. Okay? Dear God, I say you might lose maybe a close game. I don't feel great about saying definitely the Eagles will win. But I like it. I like Philly. I think they're both good. They're both 2 good teams.
Yeah.
Neither team has played their best complete game yet.
No, unless you're Chiefs against the Bears, then you did. Yeah. When they scored like 41 points against them, that was a pretty good game. That was a pretty solid game for that offense.
Chicago.
But we did kind of talk about the Bears a little
bit. Run the piss out of the football. I want the line to be the story. I want lots of yards on the ground for Philly.
Let's see what Swift really turns up tonight. Taylor's not gonna be there. She's not gonna be there. I have the Chiefs by like this much, but I'm not necessarily confident in it. But this is such a good measuring stick for both teams of being like, okay, where do we match up? How good are we gonna be? So I'm excited. I'm super duper excited for this game. It's gonna be a fun one, and I know I said that, and now I probably cursed it. It's gonna be a terrible game, but I don't care. We're gonna see some damn good football and potential Super Bowl preview. So hell yeah, we rocking.
Yeah, I want to see also pressure from the Eagles defensive line. I want Fletcher Cox. I want Cox on Mahomes. I want Jalen Carter blowing that up. I want Josh Sweat on Mahomes. I want Reddick back there. Their secondary is healthy for the first time in a while, I feel like. Like, which Kansas City ball catcher is going to step up? Travis Kelce's been quiet a while, so that scares me a little bit. You know, brother on the other side there, feel like they're going to try to show off a little bit. Might be a big game for Travis Kelce, but
maybe.
I hope
Kelce Bowl, baby.
I
can't wait.
Cox on Mahomes, baby.
Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy? You can do winners and losers after Monday Night Football again?
No, winners and losers will be up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Today will be the Broncos Vikings recap.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Hell yeah.
I got If the NFL was Scripted Week 11 going to be coming out this afternoon. Then I'll be streaming tonight, Monday Night Football. Then every NFL fan's reaction to Week 11 will be dropping about 10 minutes after that. Boom. Got work to do today. But folks, we appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks so much for tuning in last night to the stream. Thanks for tuning in to GPS. We'll be back on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, you'd like to think that's every year, but this is like for real this year.
Yeah. I mean, the Broncos played the Panthers opening week after beating them in the Super Bowl.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true. But Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, GPS, and you have been navigated.
And you've reached